Hi guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel, and here's one video for all of you folks, as I'm always going to be updating it every week, as you all know that. But anyway, it's always the same day, and the topic for today is why should we study? Like as a teenager, I've been always taught that I should study by everyone around me. Everybody's just judging me. Like when I tell them I just completed my 10th or 12th standard, they're gonna, so what's the percentage you get? What are the grades you got? I'm just like you could ask me something else, like what are my hobbies, or what do I like, or like what do I do in life except studies. There's more to it, than percentage. And what are the kind of subjects I study? Like once I tell them the percentage, they're never gonna ask me the subjects. I'm like, come on, what? Anyway, so today I'll be telling all the parents listening to this video why you should not force your children to study. And I'm going to be telling all of your folks who are the students studying right now, irrespective of your age, why do your parents force you to study, or they just tell you to study a lot? Okay, so let's start with the first perspective. That's the parents' perspective. I guess that's going to be better, so that we come to know their perspective and they'll come to know us. So well, I hope it helps to bridge the gap, like between. So the first is because they care for us. That's really obvious. I mean, like, no matter how much they shout at us, they really, really care for us, and you all know that. Second of all, they want their child to be settled, like, they always want their child to be settled and never really have to go through the struggle that they've gone through, because it's really bad and they know it. So that's what they don't want. Third of all, it's the experience that they've gone through, it's like, they've gone through a lot, they've struggled a lot for us. I mean, like, I'm sitting in an AC room right now in my dining hall, and it takes a lot and a lot of hard work to get that kind of facilities, because they've worked so much. I may just take this AC for granted, but there are more than a billion people who have never seen an AC room before. And I'm really, really lucky for that. And that's what they don't want us to go through, like they don't want us to struggle as much as they did. And yeah, that's what it is. It's after that, it's also the love that they have for us, because they want us to be successful, they want us to be happy. That's what they want for us. Well, after that, it's not just that, it's also the long term thinking that they have. Did you ever see your dad saying that the market's gonna fall, or like the property prices and politics and like the long term stuff we talk about? Yeah, that's right. It always happens everywhere. So it's like they've got a long-term thinking about their retirement, thinking about what they're gonna do when they grow old, what are they gonna do, which trip are they gonna go on after 6 months. We have a planners doing that. We're gonna be planning like what are we gonna do on Saturday night, through tram trunk or like Trist or something like that, or a club. But they're never gonna be thinking about this Saturday. They're gonna be thinking about 6 months we'll be going to Macau or Russia or like wherever we're gonna go. So well, that's what it is. And then it's also that they worry for us. They just don't really want us to do something bad, because they think that if he's studying, he's doing something good. And if he's going out with his friends, he may be taking drugs, smoking alcohol, all of that stuff that goes on the parents' mind. So, well, this was for all you students out there. And I hope parents have made your perspective a bit clear to the children out there. And parents, now it's your turn to listen to our point of view. Because I don't know if a lot of students out there or your children agree with me, but this is basically my point of view and a few people around me who I took a survey with. So they told me this. It's just that parents, we have as children and the students, we have a completely logical mindset, It's really, really logical. Children cannot go on emotional based reasoning. They need a logical answer for everything you can dream of. I'll tell you why. So the first thing being, there's a stand-up comedian known as Amit Tandon. I really think you all should watch his videos. And why you should watch his videos is because, yeah, so as I was talking about, they don't know what. So parents, it's like your children have a completely logical mindset, They think everything as a step-by-step logic. Like, they don't have any emotional reasoning. So it's like there's this famous comedian named Amit Tandon. So his wife one day tells him that go tell your children to study, tell a child to study. So he goes to his child and he's like, child, why aren't you studying? So he's like, oh my god, my dad was pissed off. Okay, I'm going to study. So he's like, no, why aren't you really studying? Tell me about it. Why? Like, what do you think? So he's like, dad, I've got a 2 month vacation and I've got a homework for that period of time. But what I don't understand is, If I don't do the homework, there's nothing special that's gonna happen. If I don't do the homework, my teacher's gonna kick me out for 3 days and take me in the class for the fourth one. Now, tell me about it, Dad. Should I waste 60 days or should I waste 3 days? Do you get it? It's a completely logical reasoning, and you should know that. Well, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. You gotta give them a logical reasoning for your perspective. If you tell them not to do something, not to smoke, not to do something, or go play sports, or why not play sports, you give them a logical reasoning, they will give you theirs. And don't get angry when they tell you something. Like, you gotta understand their point of view too, Like, it just can't be one way communication. Other reason why they don't study is because they have no concept about delayed gratification. Well, I'm not gonna use more time of yours and tell you what delayed gratification is if you already know it. So that's why for the ones you don't, I'm gonna be adding a link down there for a wonderful video explaining you about what delayed gratification is. And once you see that and show that to your children, I'm pretty sure that they'll understand much better about this concept, and I'm sure it'll help you a lot as it did to me. Well, it's also that we as children, we find an easy way out, If we get our homework a month back with a due date after a month, we are going to start it after 29 days. I mean, most of y'all haven't done IB, I think, and if you have, you know what I'm talking about, IAZs. Well, that's how it works. We just procrastinate a lot, and we just think we're gonna do it later, but that tomorrow never comes, like that tomorrow is just never coming. It just never comes. Well, it's also that why we don't study is because there's nothing that's going to be added to my life. So I've got my brother Ansh, who doesn't study shit. He doesn't study ever in his entire life. He just goes to tuition, just goes to school. I don't simply understand, like, why do Indians love tuition so much? Like, you're paying to go to the school, then you're paying the same teacher to teach you in tuitions. How does this even make sense? But moving forward, it's not even like you're learning anything new. You just don't even go home and revise. How are you going to learn anything? Like, the teacher knows the concepts and they're just explaining it to you. You've got to learn it, right? Not just hear it. Anyway, so from 1st to 7th standard, or for some of y'all 1st to 4th standard, did y'all realize that we all were really smart? All the students and all the children were really smart, but then suddenly, like, they just didn't start to study and they just lost the motivation. Yes, that's absolutely right. Let me tell you the reason why. It's because there's nothing being added to our life. Like, if I study, I can't have fun during the breaks. That's what I thought, okay. I can't have fun during the breaks. I can't fool around in the class. I gotta pay attention in the class. And I gotta be serious, and I'm getting good grades, no doubt about that. But after getting good grades, there's nothing being added to my life, like, I'm not getting that thing because I have my iPhones, I have my Macs, I have everything. So there's nothing really that I'm getting or not getting if I don't study, And on the other side of the class, there's this really dumb student who makes fun of everybody, who fools around all the time, who's just laughing all the time, having fun all the time, breaks, periods, or whatever it is, he's just having fun all the time. So, like, if he's having more fun than me without studying, why should I study? That's what a teenager thinks like, right? So that's exactly why I don't study. But let me tell you guys why you should study. It's because of the simple fact that if you don't score good grades, you aren't going to get admission anywhere. I'm going to tell you my example. Applied in Oberoi, Dhirubhai, Jamnabai, rejected. All of them. So I was getting into certain schools, but obviously with donations. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to pay that kind of money, even though you have it. I did have it, but I was pretty sure I'm not going to pay a single rupee for donation, because that's against my morals. But anyway, even my dad said no. So yeah, so that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And yeah, like, guys, stop thinking about the short-term game, like the short-term game that you're going to have. It's like the game, no doubt, is gonna be fun. Like, planning for your Saturday night party is always fun. You're excited about it from Friday, or if you party on Friday, from Friday evening. It's fun, I know about it. I was a promoter myself, but after a while you're gonna get bored. Like, really bored. Like, after a while it's the same old clubs, new songs, same old people. smoking, drinking. There's no fun in that, man. Like after a while, you get bored of it. Like no, you need something else. Okay, anyway, so here's the solution for all you parents, for the child out there. Just keep this in mind for all you parents, okay? Just because you like something as a parent doesn't mean a child is going to like it. Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean he's going to be a doc. Just because you're an engineer doesn't mean he's an engineer. Remember that, number one. Two, just because it's in your mind that smoking is bad, I'm telling him to smoke, so he's going to understand smoking is bad. No ways is he going to know that if you don't tell him. Okay? You got to tell him what's in your mind so that it will be in his mind. Just because it's in yours doesn't mean it's in his too. One day they shall grow. Trust me on this. All the parents are worrying when am my child gonna grow up? Trust me, they will grow up. Just give them certain time. Just let them live their life, man. Like it's their life. Let them live it. They'll grow up. Some people grow up early. Like did you ever measure like, oh my god, 6 months away, my child didn't start to walk, oh my god, he's gonna be paralyzed for all his life? No, like like somebody starts walking early, somebody starts walking late, I don't know, like yeah. Make sure you always tell the truth. So I'll tell you one example. So it was Christmas, so like Tom and Jerry and stuff, when I was small, we all had that. I don't know if y'all know about it, but so on Christmas Eve, there's a red sock there. You put your wishes in, like on a piece of paper, and on Christmas Day you get it apparently. So I tried it. I didn't have a red sock, so I just used my old sock and the old Nike sock, and I put these pieces of papers in it. So next day I wake up all excited, yeah, and I turn out this pieces of paper. There are no gifts. And I'm like, oh my god. So I asked my mom, why didn't I get gifts? So she's like, why? What? Whose birthday is it? I'm like, Mom, it's Christmas. She's like, what's Christmas? She's like, Santa Claus. She's like, no, there's no Santa Claus that exists. I was so sad, like, I'm like, how can Santa Claus not exist? Like, you're lying to me. She broke my heart. I was so broken. Like, I'm like, come on, how can Santa Claus not exist? All my friends are getting gifts out there. Like, is it like, why Santa Claus doesn't like me or something? She's like, no, he doesn't exist. I'm so broken. I tried to be a good child for 1 year, but again, this happened. So, like, always, but, after 3-4 years when I realized he doesn't really exist, I was so glad my mom told me the truth, Like, when you tell your child the truth, they're going to be really, really glad all the time. No matter how uncomfortable it is for you, it's equally for them, but it's going to be way better than lying to them. Trust me. Try to be a bit more logical, man. Like, come on, parents. I know y'all are really emotional, you care and love your children a lot, but be logical. Like, give them a logical explanation. Don't do this because this, don't do this, or do this because this. This is what I think. You can do what you want, but this is what I think. Like, don't be like, no, because I don't like it. Like, you don't like it, so what? Like, you don't like it as a parent, you don't like it as a human. Like, you don't like it, okay, but why? Why is always important. So when I did IB, they told me none of the answers that students write are wrong till the time they justify it. So if you're giving an opinion, justify opinion. Like, okay, so ice creams are bad because this does dash, but ice creams are not bad. But just saying, ice creams are bad because this, right? Let them live their life, guys. Like, they're gonna grow up, trust me. And yeah. Now it's for the kids out there. If your parents can't be logical sometimes, it's completely fine, okay? It's completely fine. No matter how much they try, they're gonna sometimes be emotional, and you gotta deal with that because they are like people who just love you, man. They're like two strangers who brought you up. They don't even know they're taking care of all your bills, all your clothes, everything, all the shit and all the tantrums you give them. So you better respect them. One thing that I'll tell y'all is that's changed my life is don't smoke, don't drink, don't ever do that. I've not done that from a long, long time and it's changed my life. So trust me, don't ever do that. And when you do some activity, don't do it for the money because you're going to get bored of it soon when you have a lot of money. So just don't do it for the money, guys. And like when you do something, do it with your heart and soul. Like you want to do that thing for the rest of your life, and I mean it. You gotta do it. This YouTube channel, I want to do this for the rest of my life. This is like a vehicle that's gonna take me to where I want. I want to be a motivator, and that's what I want to do. I want to change people's life. I want to change how they think, make out and bring the best out of them. That's what I want to do with my heart and soul. I'll do it free of cost. It doesn't matter to me. That's the kind of passion you should have. For anything, it doesn't matter what it is. Let it be a sweeper, let it be, but make sure you're the best sweeper in your building, then your locality, then your area, then your suburb, and then the countries, the world, and like you can just do whatever the hell you want, you know. Oh yeah, man, and don't be stupid. Like just don't be stupid. Just be like, no, I gotta be the best owner in the world. No, it doesn't work that way. Like you gotta make some right choices. Be a bit more this like. Everybody giving an example of Bill Gates as a dropout. I gotta be a dropout. Shut up, idiots. He got out and he dropped out of Harvard, not out of some stupid school. So you gotta chill out on that. Yeah, man, don't do an activity because it's popular. Do it because you like it. I tried playing basketball. I tried playing cricket, squash, tennis, archery. Then what else? Springboard diving, swimming. I hate all of that. Like I'm just not into sports. I like gymming. I love doing that. So I do that. Like just don't do something because it's popular, you know. Like I used to love playing badminton before, but people teased me a lot like it's not cool, it's a girl sport and stuff, so I left it. But I really wonder why did I leave it because of those idiots. So just don't do it because it's popular. You gotta make something popular and you gotta do it yourself, and it should be irrespective of whether it's popular or not. You should love it, that's all. So guys, I hope you liked my video, and if you all did, please subscribe to it so that I can change your lives with the videos that I upload in future. Share the video if you want me to change your friends and family's life. Definitely send it to your friends and family or your parents. If you're a parent, send it to your child, child to the parent. And like it if you love my efforts. Guys, everything counts, and I really love all of y'all. I'm just so glad, okay? Like, thank you so much.